Oh my god, she looks incredible, actually. Alright, we're getting a new champion today. Let's look at Janna.
You called and I answered.
That's a different voice than normal. Okay, here we go. 4 mana Piltover. 2/4. Play Updraft 2 to draw 2 at the next round start. Each round, the first 3 times you draw a card, reduce its cost by 1 this round. I've seen you play 6 cost reduced cards. Oh. Yeah, that's never gone wrong. That has never gone wrong. Never. Never in the history of card games has reducing cost on anything at all gone wrong. Yeah, all right. The first 3 times you draw a card, reduce its cost by 1. What? Wait. Bro, that's so insane. Wait, what? So she's on the board. You draw a card. It costs 1 less. And then you can do that 2 more times. The first 3 cards you draw every single turn are 1 less mana. Wow. Okay, this is already like, it's a 4 mana 2/4, which is like, I don't know, but this is insane. Like, these type of effects, they will always be broken one way or another. Like, listen, chat, we've seen how broken drum solo could be sometimes. Sometimes drum solo will draw you like a 2 mana, what was it, like a 2 mana Ezreal or something, and a 1 mana Seraphine? Or was the discount even more on drum solo? I actually forgot. I think the discount might have been even more. Drum solo hasn't seen play in so long, but it was just insane that if you draw like any kind of win con and you get to drop it for a lower mana cost, your opponent can't really play around it because they don't know what to expect. This is going to be insanely good.
Fresh start. Just looking for a sign.
All right.
Smells like.
Oh, that's good.
Burning.
That is a bop. Okay, we'll look at those later, alright? When they pop something on the stream, I'll pause. That's what I'll do.
Lift us up upon your mighty wings, old friend.
He's so different.
Wind need not be
is that even
seen
Janna?
to move our world.
Leap of faith, huh? You'll catch me, right?
Voice lines. Oh my
Wait,
god.
you?
Updraft?
Oh,
Did it say
I love
updraft
that
1
for
to
you.
draw 1?
Perhaps the answer lies in others,
That's sick.
not yourself.
That's rummage. Updraft 1 to draw 1 is insane.
I will aid you, Neela, for you face monsters.
It is the monsters that face me.
Oh, I want to play.
I cast thee out.
Deal 3 and 2 to the Nexus.
I sense such joy within you, but also pain.
Oh, here we go.
Lord upon the driving gale.
What? I'm sorry? What just happened? Janna became a Targon card? Oh, what the hell? Oh my god. And she gets elusive? I mean, god, she gets elusive. Yuck. Alright. She becomes a 4 mana 3/5 elusive. Round start, draw 1. When you draw a card, reduces cost by 1. Dude. A 4 mana 3/5 elusive that draws 1 at round start, and whenever you draw, the cost gets reduced by 1. This is insane, bro. Oh my god, she looks so insane, dude. Like both art and effect. This is turbo busted. That's so freaking crazy. I can't, man. I can't. And wait, she levels in deck, right? Hold on, let me check. Oh, so he needs to see you. Okay. See, okay. No, okay, that's fair. That's fair. You don't just get the level for free. So he doesn't level index. He needs to actually see you play the cards. All right, that's fine. That's fine. It looks like Janna Neela is a deck that wants to combine those regions. So they don't really have great protection. So if you have, you know, a way to kill Janna, then yeah, you can prevent that pretty easily. This looks insane. Wow, I'm mind blown, man. This looks crazy.
You wish ill upon the weak. Now you face me.
Okay. Deals 2. There's like some kind of demon on the other side too.
Feel Feel the breeze and know you have my favor.
May your blessings upon me ease the pain of others.
Alright.
I shall lift you up
Thai
as
dancer.
you have me.
Yo.
With wind in our sails, onward! Your faith in me has been rewarded.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna look at all these cards in a second. Where are we
Turn
going?
you, our venture into the unknown.
Yeah, we're going to Freljord. Alright. Alright, we have a lot to go through here. So let's look at all the cards one by one. Starting with Iascylla, Figurehead of the Deep. I probably pronounced that wrong. It's a 6-mana 4/4 from Piltover. When you play an elemental spell or skill, copy it with the same targets. Yeah, there's like no way that's bad, right? I mean, it's a 6-mana 4/4. This plus Wildfire? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this plus Wildfire is pretty crazy. It's like a very specific karma. But you also have Deluge, so you have a way to manipulate your elemental spells in multiple different ways now. You have a way to give them more damage, and you have a way to copy them. That gets nasty real fast. Man. Yeah, okay, so what I like about this, like, this is obviously, like, this is pretty degenerate quite often. However, so far, I have not seen any way to generate random cards. And that was a very big reason why Seraphine was frustrating. Seraphine not only discounted your cards, Seraphine also generated a bunch of random cards. Like, if your opponent was playing Seraphine and Ezreal with Noxus, sometimes they would just generate like a recall for their Seraphine, and then you couldn't kill her, right? If there is a way to play Janna Nila, and it is the best way to do it, there aren't going to be any way to protect any of their engines unless they generate a random card. They simply just don't have that. All of the, like, the good buffs and the good protection spells that, if they ever had any, and I wouldn't even call them good, they've been rotated. So there is going to be absolutely no way to actually protect their engines or champions in any way, shape, or form, as far as I have seen so far. So if you see your opponent is playing Janna Nila, you better keep that Soul Harvest, dude. You better keep that Vengeance for Iascylla. You better keep that Hex Bliterator if you're playing Heimer Jace. You better keep that Recall. You better keep that Capsize, if you know what I'm saying. Don't you do it, by the way. Don't play Capsize. Play Ionia, you're cringe. Don't do it. Play real removal like a man. We play Vengeance or we don't remove anything at all, okay? Vengeance. All right? Pay 6 mana or bust. I'm not angry. You're angry. All right. Anyway, yeah, I think these are, like, really, really powerful, but they seem to be kind of balanced by that fact that they can't really be protected. And I hope that's the case, because that leaves actual counterplay, right? Counterplay for these type of powerful cards and effects is all we really want. Like, the most frustrating aspect of that Seraphine Ezreal mirror was like, oh, well, I am going to, I don't know, I'm going to play Soul Harvest on the Seraphine. I'm going to play my Hex Bliterator on Seraphine. Oh, oops. She generated a form up on play. Oops, she generated a retreat. She generated a Pill Cascade, doubles it and draws a card. Like, screw that, man. I'm tired of that. That's what I hated. And then you had, like, the bar, the back alley bar, with the bar keep that would generate a random card that would sometimes just blow you out. It was just frustrating. I love me some RNG, but not if it's in that kind of way, in that type of deck playstyle. That was very frustrating. So far we haven't seen any of that. Powerful card, but very, very open to actually getting interacted with. So Janna, I think Janna is insane, man. Janna is just crazy, dude. A 4-mana 2/4 is a whack, but the fact you get to play an updraft 2 to draw 2 more at the next round start helps with your Nila. Helps. They're not even fleeting, right? You just draw 2 cards at the next round. You updraft 2, so you lose 2 cards from your hand, but they go back into the deck and it costs 1 less. So you draw those 2 cards at the next round start, and if your Janna survives, you also instantly reduce their cost by 1, and you draw 1 card naturally, so that one also gets reduced by 1. So you basically draw 3 cards if Janna stays alive, and they all cost 1 less mana. There's just no way this isn't insanely powerful. If you're playing this with Nila, I was gonna say Slipstream, right? Like, you could keep your Janna on the board, you play Slipstream, you draw 2 cards, but they are fleeting. So there is still a chance that if you play Janna on 4 and you have that Slipstream, that you're still going to lose those cards. So I don't really know. You would have to, like, have the Janna on the field when you have a little more mana to play with. Still, either way, see, looks insane. The card looks insane. We're going to be seeing a lot of Janna. Piltover just never misses, man. Piltover is always strong, or it just creates some kind of insanely fun deck to play. And this seems to be both, right? It might get frustrating at some point to play against this kind of stuff. I don't know. Like, I thought the same thing with Seraphine, where it was like, Seraphine looked really cool because RNG cards are fun, but then it turns out that it was completely degenerate because of Ezreal. So I hope Janna doesn't follow that same pattern, and I hope she is actually just fun and not frustrating with RNG elements to play against. So far, no RNG yet, so we're gonna be good. And this is Janna's champion spell, 4 mana burst, Eye of the Storm. Give an ally +2/+0 this round, draw 2, create a Janna in your deck. Interesting. +2 attack at this round and draw 2. So, usually, the draw 2 effects in the game have been for 5 mana with like another effect on top, right? It's like Eye of Nageoboros, Drum Solo, Place Your Bets. Those are all 5 mana and then you get something. This is 4 mana to draw 2, but the effect to give something +2 is a lot weaker. I think this is a pretty okay card, but how do you use this +2 attack? I think this is strong, but I don't think it's busted. LOR added again with the globes. Hell yeah, man. It looks sick. It looks so freaking good. I think this card is good. I think this is just good. Oh yeah, you can actually play around Soul Harvest with this card. Yeah. Again, you know that this card is around though, so I think it's fair. I think this is a good card. This is the champion spell, so it will be main deckable. And here we have Janna's level 2, which is absolutely insane on so many levels. What the hell is this, man? She looks like a freaking goddess, which she is, right? Janna is a goddess. I love the redesign so much. And when you flip Janna, you basically win the game. Yeah, you just straight win, right? You just actually win the game. Round start, draw 1, and every time you draw a card, reduces cost by 1 this round. It's just sick, man. It's just so freaking good, but you have to work for level up. You don't just get it for free. So you need to see you play 6 cost reduced cards. That's a lot. 6 of them, man. Like, see you play 6 cards is already kind of a lot. They have to be cost reduced, and you don't just do that. Yeah, really good. But I think this is going to be hard to achieve. Very hard. I'm just praying. I'm praying. Please, Riot. Don't make Janna Seraphine a standard. Please. It would suck so much. Please don't be a Seraphine deck. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. I don't. Howling Gale. 3 mana slow. Deal 2 to a unit. Increase my damage by 1 for each other card you've played this round up to 3 times. What? This card is so insanely powerful. Are you kidding me? It's also kind of likely that you're gonna draw this as like a 2 mana card. Like, this effect, this second part, increase my damage by 1 for each other card you've played this round, works so well with cost reduction. If you're playing this on 3, you'll probably be able to shoot this for like 3 damage, maybe 4 in the late game. This is basically always going to be 5. But it is slow speed. This card is insane, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You play this, they buff, you play another spell on top. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's a really good point. You can like put this on the stack, they try to react, and then you play another spell, and it gets +1 damage. Wow. This will very likely, almost every time, just be a 3 mana deal 5. Yeah, that's good. That's a really good card. This is one of the better cards we've seen. This card will see play in so many decks. Wow. Galesong Flock. We have actually seen this card. So you summon a Galesong Swallow and you grant it +1/+1 for each other elemental spell and skills you've played this game, and you draw 1. For 5 mana slow, you get a unit, and you draw 1. Okay, so what is a Galesong Swallow? Oh, you can also do it for 1 mana. This is main deckable. For 1 mana, you can summon a Galesong Swallow. That's a 1 mana 2/1. Oh, it doesn't have like a keyword, huh? It's a bird. It's just bird. It's just a 2-1 bird. I mean, honestly, that's pretty good, man. That's not bad. I think this is actually a really good card. The 1-mana card that summons a 2-1 for spell mana is actually just good. I think this is actually just a very good card. I think the Galesong Call is a great card. I think this is a very good card. Like, this is a way to... This card activates flow too. That's the most important thing. This is like a free activator for flow and you get a unit. It's just good. I really wouldn't be surprised to see this as like just like a way to fill the deck, to have some early game and to be able to summon a unit for spell mana. That's just good. I don't know about this one, the Galesong Flock. For 5 mana, each other elemental spell and skill you've played this game. So what do you need to do to make this good? You're playing 5 spell mana and you draw 1. So you need to have played like... If you play 3 elemental spells, I don't know if this counts. For each other elemental spell. I think you need to have played like 3 or 4 elemental spells or skills to make this good. To make this okay. To make this like, yeah, I'm okay playing this now. I don't know. This seems not good. But I think I'm a big fan of the Galesong Call. No, you don't. It doesn't count itself for each other elemental spell and skill you've played. Summon blocker, draw 1. Yeah, but again, for 5 mana, summoning a 2-1 and drawing 1, that's not good enough. So I'm going to say you need to play at least 3 other elemental spells or skills to make this worth it. But you don't really like main deck this very often. I feel like the main decking this would feel bad. Making everything cheap. Yeah, you could play this for 4 mana. That's a little bit better. But do you want to main deck this? Does this help you win? It doesn't look like it does. If you actually go Janna and Neela, do you play Swallow over Jailbreak? It's hard to say. I don't think so. I think the Galesong Call is more of like a general PNZ card. Maybe not specifically for Neela, but if you're playing a different like Ionia deck or something, Ionia PNZ, then you would look at Galesong Call for sure. There's like people started playing Jury Rig in Master E decks too. It's still bad, but there are definitely uses for a 1-mana summon a 2-1. I think there are. It's also a 1-drop, right? So that it also synergizes with stuff there. Okay. I don't know about this. I don't think you main deck this. I think it's like fine. And fine isn't good enough when you're looking at the kind of power level that Janna is providing. 2 mana, 2/3. Maryam, Temple Caretaker. Play updraft 1 to either draw 1 or refill your spell mana. Yeah, this is nuts. Yeah, this card is great. This card is really, really good. This card is crazy, man. Wow. Yeah, refill all your spell mana. So you take 1 card from your hand, you shuffle it into your deck, and then you get to either draw 1 or refill your spell mana. Yeah, that's a good card. This is a very good card, and will see a lot of play. 100%. I don't need, like, both of these options are always relevant, right? It's like, I'm playing Janna Neela, and I drew my Tide Dancer a little bit early. I want to put that back into my deck and draw it later. Right? Okay. Put it back into your deck. Next time you draw it, it's 4 mana, and you get a different card in your hand. Sometimes you don't have, like, let's say, okay, listen to this, right? And this is why it's insane. You're playing like a pretty low to the ground deck. You play your unit on turn 1, and then you go to turn 2, and your opponent plays, I don't know, your opponent plays Neela, right? Your opponent plays Neela. You play Maryam, Temple Caretaker. You updraft to refill your spell mana, and then you play this. Deal 3. Neela's dead. You're down a couple of cards in your hand. That's for sure. But this deck is going to be drawing a lot because of the way they it wants to play. Yeah, this would Jack too. Actually, you're right. Yeah, refilling 3 mana is really, really good. But sometimes you just need like a 2 mana 2/3. And you want to like replace a card in your hand with another one, and then you just pick the other option. The flexibility here is insane, man. This card is very good, and we'll see play in almost every deck. This is just like a generally good, very good card. Like, if you're playing anything that generates like trash cards, like we've seen that in the past, right? Where you would play your Sump Dredger on like a bad card to discard it and get another card from your deck in place. You can do the same thing with this. It's not quite discard, and you put it back in your deck, which isn't like always great. If it's a bad card you don't want to draw. But sometimes that's just good enough, right? If you don't think the game is going to last super long. This is a 10 out of 10 card. Actually, like, unironically, 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5 stars. 5 mana landmark from Piltover. Sunken Temple. Round end, updraft your hand. Round start, draw that many cards, +1. Oh my god. That is so awesome, dude. What is that? Updraft your hand, round start, draw that many cards, +1? Dude, that is so funny. It's so good too, right? Oh my god. I love this. I love this so much. There's no two ways to just empty your hand. Draw that many cards +1. It is 5 mana landmark. That is like kind of awkward. But this is going to be the bar for Janna. Yeah, I actually think so. This is the bar for this archetype. Where bar was like, oh, it's a 6 mana do nothing. It's a 6 mana lose the game. With Sunken Temple, people are gonna say the same thing. You don't get a blocker with it, but people will realize like that this is an insanely powerful effect. It could be a downside too, right? But it probably won't be. It's probably just always gonna be really strong. Oh man, who is designing these cards, man? Can I talk to them? Can I have some of what the hell they're smoking? Because what are these effects we're getting lately? It's all crazy. It's all just so extra. It's all so over the top. The variety cards yesterday, obliterate 6 cards from your opponent's deck, shuffle 4 chimes and 4 poison puff caps, and then double it the next time you draw it. Like, what the hell is going on, man? Yeah, I can't wait to play Twisted Fate once again. Listen, chat. That's this is a tradition at this point. Every time we see like insane draw cards, we have to say it all at the same time in chat. TF died for this. All right, TF died so the Sunken Temple could see the light of day. Here it is. Oh man, this is so crazy. I love it. Oh, Ibaros too. Ibaros is going to be so big. Oh my god, I love it. What a cool card, man. Okay. Windborne Mariner. 2 mana quick attack from Piltover. If you've drawn 3+ cards this round, I cost 2 less. Oh, interesting. I think that's pretty good, actually. I think this is pretty good because of Slipstream, right? If you're playing Slipstream and you get those fleeting cards, you're really happy to get a 0 mana 3/1 you can just drop on the board. It's also like good with the Tide Dancer. Yeah, there could be a deck like that where this just kind of pops off really hard. I could see that. Yeah, this also helps you activate the Tide Dancer. There are a lot of use cases for this. I think that is pretty strong, actually. Yeah, Starry Scamp, yeah. What also helps with the Windborne Mariner is that if you're sometimes like just spending your turn not doing much, like with the Sunken Temple, you could maybe still play like a 0 mana 3/1, depending on what else you do that round, right? Man, this deck looks so much fun to play. It's actually just insane. Oh, it helps Janna level up too. You're right. Mariner. Mariner. Windborne Mariner. Is that really how you say it? That sounds awful. Mariner. Marine biology. Yeah, Mariner, isn't it? Windborne Marinator. Mariner. 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 Is it really Mariner? Windborne my wiener. Mariner. Let's call it Windborne, dude. Windborne and he's hot.
Mariner.
Wait.
Mariner.
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 Mariner. Windborne Mariner.
Mariner.
Windborne Mariner. Cool. Lame. Why is it marine? Isn't it marine? Wait. If I remove the R, what does it say?
Marine. Marine. Mariner.
What is wrong with you people, man? What is wrong with you English speaking idiots? What is this?
Marine.
Marine?
Mariner.
Why? Mariner? I barely know her. Wow. That's okay, cool, man. Man, I love the English language. It's great. Anyway, yeah, this card's pretty good. I would play this in my Janna decks. It's if you're playing like on a high ladder and lists get optimized, I don't really know how good this is going to be, because I can imagine that it's going to be pretty easy to deal with like a 2 mana 3/1 later in the game, and it's not like you're going to play this for free on like turn 2, right? But then again, if you are playing against a deck that doesn't have any pings, if you're playing against a region that isn't called Battle City, maybe just play this on turn 2 as like a 3/1 with with quick attack. It's like, it's fine, right? You can block fearsomes. I'm Dutch, so I do not speak proper English, apparently, because of words like Mariner. Refill spell mana, play Slipstream, drop it for a 0 mana turn 2. Oh, hey, there. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna go Slipstream on turn 2, but sure, man. Okay, I like this card. I don't think it's, like, insane, but I think it's good. I think it's fine, right? It's not, like, stealing the show or anything, but it's just good. Divine Whirlwind. If you've drawn 3+ cards this round, that cost 2 less, deal 3 to a unit and 2 to the enemy nexus. So this is for 5 mana. Yeah, this also seems really good. Like, for 3 mana, dealing 3 and then also 2 to the enemy nexus, in a deck that does all of this stuff, that draws so many cards, this kind of has to be good almost, right? It's like you play Janna, you draw 2 the next turn, plus 1 naturally. This is already active. Like, if you're playing Janna on 4 and you get, like, a little bit lucky with, like, a Slipstream or the Mariner or the Divine Whirlwind, like, you're gonna play cards for cheap. And that is also a way to level up Janna. There are so many ways to use it. What I find unfortunate, chat, and this is like, I guess this is power creep, but imagine that if we didn't see any of these cards, like, people would instantly just think like, hey, I'm gonna play Janna with Seraphine and Bar, because Bar discounts everything and I can level my Janna. But instead, to make sure that isn't the case, we're getting these type of cards that are absolutely nuts insane, because otherwise people just play with Bar. Like, there needs to be more going on. It feels like there's a bit of overlap, and because of that, we're getting, like, this kind of power level of cards. It feels insane, man. Like, I don't know if that's going to be the case. Maybe when the expansion releases, people are going to play Janna Seraphine, and it turns out to be insane. I don't know. But so far, what I'm very happy about, and what makes me actually excited for Janna after seeing the Seraphine disaster, okay? Worst meta in the game, almost worse than Blade Dance, maybe worse than Blade Dance, okay? It was this close to being worse than Blade Dance. We don't have any RNG cards so far. There is no RNG in any of these cards. It is actually like you are playing the cards that you put in your deck. And yes, you're like turbo drawing. Like with this card, you're going to see your entire deck, but there is no randomness so far. And that is important. Draws RNG, yeah, but you know what to play around. You know what a Janna deck is roughly going to play. It's not like they suddenly pull out like a they're not going to pull out like a Sunburst from Millie or something, right? They're not going to pull out a Twin Disciplines from Seraphine. They're I don't know. The problem with Seraphine Ezreal was that you never knew the damage output either. The damage output was always random because maybe Seraphine generated something that targets, maybe she didn't. You never knew how you were going to die. You never knew if they were going to do 15, 25, or 2 damage. Yeah, there was no way. But here, you know what cards your opponent's playing. You will have a rough idea of what you're going to be facing. Okay, this is on the banner of Mobalytics, so let's look at the Exalted Cloudwinder. The Exalted Cloud Mariner. Okay, wait, Exalted Cloudwinder. Am I doing it right? Am I doing English right? The Exalted Cloudwinder. 5 mana, Piltover, quick attack. If you've drawn 3+ cards, here we go again. 3+ cards this round, I cost 2 less. When I'm summoned, draw 2 at the next round start. I cost 3 mana, 3/2 with quick attack. Why is this not a bird? Why is this not a bird? Where's the bird tag? Why is this not a bird? I'm sorry. It has wings, it has feathers, it has a beak. It's got like a little thingy, a cap. Where's the bird tag? All right, we can fix that, chat. Hold on. Let me do it for them, okay? Hold on. Bird. All right, you're welcome, Riot. I'll do your job for you. Okay, so finally readable. This is pretty good, I think. For 3 mana, well, actually, is it? It's a 3/2 quick attack, and it's you draw 2 at the next round start. They're not fleeting though. They're not fleeting cards, so it kind of feels like it would be pretty good. You just draw 2. I think this card's good. I think this is good. I think it has to be good, right? There's so much drawing in this deck, man. All the draw for Neela is in Piltover. Jesus. It's all like super cheap stuff, like all pretty low stats, and they just get cheaper, right? And that would also help with Neela and the Tide Dancer. I think Tide Dancer might be a real win con with how like easily you're going to be flooding the board, actually. Can't wait to mill myself. Hey, don't worry. Just play the backpack. Just play the bursting backpack. It's a sea monster. So I like these cards a lot, but I think they look very powerful. They look crazy, man. Oh my god. I question whether Riot tested this package internally and haven't even tried them yet. Listen, Seabaz, last expansion, I don't know if you realize, I don't know if you remember, but last expansion we got Nico, we got Porking, and I mean, you might have seen Italy, but Nico and Porking, most people are going to forget they even existed. So this time, Riot is making sure that we will remember not Yorick Mori, but Janna, Neela, and probably Volibear. I mean, okay, let's be honest. Volibear is from Freljord, so probably not. Probably not, okay? I don't think Volibear has any real chance of succeeding because the Freljord is a region. But of course, Piltover and Bilgewater, you know they're going to be bangers. You know they're going to be good decks because of those two regions, right? That's how things have always been. And that's how things are going to continue to be. Am I right? Poor Volibear, man. Poor Volley. Nah, there is a chance. There is a real chance. Like, especially with this type of stuff, right? If Freljord is good, I think that they actually have a pretty good shot at just completely demolishing Neela and Janna, right? Because all this stuff that Piltover and Bilgewater want to do is like draw a lot, have super cheap stuff, just kind of win with value. And then Freljord plays like, instead of playing like 10 small value cards, Freljord plays like 1 or 2 big value cards and they win the game instantly. That could be the case. Like Freljord, especially with Avalanche, could just get board clears to just halt all progress. Freljord doesn't have a good way to kill Janna, though. That is 4 health. Yeah, She Who Wanders. It doesn't matter, though, because they draw so much. I don't know. All right, we could do it like this. Appreciate it. All right, chat. Let's do it like this. So, this is 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 star, 1 star. All right, I know people are gonna lose their mind if I don't do this. Okay, so 1 is bad, okay? 1 is bad. So I said Janna is a 10 out of 10, so that means that Janna goes here. Okay. And then we'll do the rest of the PNZ cards. Okay, so we had her champion spell, Eye of the Storm. I'm gonna put it in... I'm not rating this as content cards, I'm rating this on power level. I'm rating this on how likely I think it is that these will see meta play, okay? So I think that's a 4. Since it's a champion spell, though, it could be a 5 because that's just really good. It also like helps her level. Okay. And then we have Galesong Flaw. I think this card is not that good. I think it's a 2. I don't think it's awful. I think there are definitely uses for this card. But if you're playing a Janna deck, I don't think you're really gonna care about like stats on a unit with no keywords, right? What's interesting is that because you're playing this and you draw 1, you could activate cards like Ambush, right? Even though Ambush is rotated, I think. Bursting Backpack is 4. There are going to be some degenerate combos with this, I guarantee it. I don't know what they are yet. You're not going to play this as like a 1-mana burst card that just shuffles 4 and then do nothing else, but the fact you can't mill yourself anymore with this card is going to be good somewhere, 100%. Skip is 5 stars. So it's confirmed that this will just take any card that isn't a champion from the opponent's hand, capture it, and then when it dies, it goes back to the opponent's hand. This is insane disruption. The only problem with Skip is that I don't know if it can actively make a deck win. You will have to play this in something specific. Like maybe this is like a Noxus Battle City control card, right? But it is a very good effect. Formless Blade, I'm going to give it a 4. This has a lot of potential. Neela's also 5 stars, so we have to put Janna here too. Slipstream, I don't have to rate that. Like, this is obviously 5-star because it's a 1-mana draw 2, but it's a token. Wizened Helpsman, right now I'm giving this a 2, but in the future, when we see more elemental cards, I think this could easily be a 5. Deluge is 1, this is not good. Tide Dancer, I'm putting in 3. I'm optimistic about this card. I'm very optimistic about the Tide Dancer. I think it could be a real win con. Especially if Janna can reduce it to like 4 cost, then you suddenly have like an insanely cheap win con on the board that will get active extremely easily. Fikraj is 5 stars, Master Lookout is 2 stars. Elegant. I'll put it in 3. Joy on Ending there. Gentleman's Duel is just really good. I don't see a deck with it directly. Capsize 1 star, Wildstar 1 far, 1 star, 1 far. Yeah, this is 1 star because I just don't know how a deck with Wildfire will look like. I'll put it there for now. Maybe it's like a 2 star. It's like really easy for this card to just break the game, but I think it's too slow. This is 2 stars. I think it's too slow. I could be completely wrong about this card, by the way. This could actually be 5 stars. Depends on what deck wants to play this, but this card has... I'm putting it in 3. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to take the coward's way out. I'm putting it in 3 because I think there is a lot of potential. Like, this card can get out of hand really easily. If you're playing around it, and they can't deal with this immediately, and you attack once with like a Djinn, you just win the game. And that might just be good enough. Howling Gale, 5 stars. This one is difficult. I'm putting it in 2 stars because a 6 mana 4/4 just isn't really going to do a whole lot. And it's unlikely that you have the mana to activate the ability instantly and make use of it. But with Janna and discounts, there is a way for that to happen. But in most other scenarios, 6 mana is just too far or too slow. Maryam is insane. Probably one of the best cards we've ever seen. Sunken Temple, I'm putting in 4. It's not like obviously broken, but it is good. Divine Whirlwind also in 4. I'm putting this in 3 because I think it is good, but I think it might not be good enough. And if it's not good enough in a deck with this many good cards, it's just not going to see play. Same with this one. I'll put this in 2, even though I think this card is good. Again, the power level is so high that it's probably not good enough. Lonely Chime Slime. There. This is a terrible card. This one is 3, and this one is 2. That's my rating. I think this is pretty accurate. This will probably mean that the meta on release is going to look like a Janna and Neela centered meta. Janna looks amazing. Janna looks like one of the most powerful champions we have seen in a very long time. Chat, do you know what I'm excited about? I'm excited to show these champions to Raran. And he's going to instantly think they're insane. There's no way a card gamer looks at Janna and thinks, yeah, this is bad. There's just no way, right? Like, a card gamer sees Mana Discount and like, yeah, this is a good card. And I'm going to be like, yeah, it's a good card. You're right, dude. You're right, Raran. Yeah. That's my rating for now. As more cards come out, let's keep this little chart updated. And then we'll have like a full list with terrible hot takes probably, because as a community, we could just agree that we've always been terrible at rating cards, right? We were never good at it. However, I did say that Samira was going to be broken, and at least I was pretty close with that one. So 2 mana, Neela with a good keyword, good effect, it's probably also going to be broken, right?